that don't want you to come into their house. There's guests that don't want to come to your house. There's guests that prefer that, and technically legal in a lot of states. It's, you know, like we've all of us have bent over backwards right now trying to like A, make a living, and B, accommodate people so that they won't leave and find somebody else.
Exactly.
So, you know, having the option to have a salon space that, you know, for your clients that definitely are like, I'm not going to go anywhere except for a salon, I think it's so important. And I think that, you know, that's one of the other perks that, you know, I've been talking to other artists that use Artists on Go, and I think that's something that has been really has come up in a lot of conversations. So I would definitely say that that's one of my perks. And then of course the same thing with you. I used to, you know, I've owned a salon. I know how commission works and all that stuff. And like to be able to go and pay my rent for the day or the hour. And then be done with it and not have to worry about like
all the overhead costs,
forms and taxes and overhead and all the other crap that goes along with it.
I know.
It's really nice to have. So.
And that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing that I like about it is that, like you said, like there's no overhead. You know, I get to go and make my money. I can also write off as a tax write-off too as an expense. So it's just all those different perks that we don't think about, that we don't ever think about that's like readily available to us, which is definitely amazing. So I love it. And like I said, the fact that I can just go to a salon that's close to my client's house, you know, so it's like, oh, you're at this location today? Okay, I'll book a salon near there. Oh, you're getting married? We're right near Central Park. Okay, I'll book a location near there. So the fact that I have options, I can move from different places. That's the cool part. You know, I'm not stuck. So if I don't, let's say if I want to change the environment, change the scenery, I can do that without paying the overhead. So I don't get the burden of the salon owner. I just can go in, get the experience, but not acquire all the burden. That's what I absolutely love.
That's awesome. And you said something. You said weddings, and when I was stalking you on the internet, I see that you're like a founder of a wedding agency, basically, like for hair, like you do a lot of weddings.
Yes, I do.
How? First of all, that's awesome, and that's such good money, right?
Absolutely.
And how have you used Artists on Go for that? Like you just mentioned, like having locations close to the venue, and how has that worked for you?
It's just been so
I know
cool.
a lot of hairdressers that do on-location weddings, and my staff included used to complain all the time. They're like, we love to do weddings, but like we have no electricity and we're always working in hot conditions. So like what have you been doing with that?
It's been great because like now my clients, we go to the salon for like different trials, or if they're from out of state, like some of the clients are from like California and they're just having a destination wedding to New York. So they don't live in New York. So it's cool to bring them to a salon, you know, where they get this experience and they don't have to do hair and makeup trials at their friends' homes. So that's been cool. And then clients who have like their engagement shoots and things like that, we're getting them ready next to, let's say they have it in Central Park, we're getting them ready at a salon, and then they're going out into, you know, to Central Park for their photo shoot. So it's just been so cool to have those different options available. And the clients, they feel safer in the salon, you know, because they follow those rules. Yes.
Because it like helps you go, okay, my job is done now. Like, there's much more of like a boundary, I should say.
Yes.
It's like, because how I'm sure you experience this. I used to experience it all the time where they were like, oh, well, since you're here, and then they're going to take their first pictures, and then can you just touch up? And I'm like, I would totally do all of that. Like, but like, you got to pay me. Like, where, like, I'll stay the whole wedding. I'll eat, I'll drink, I'll like dance, I'll do whatever the hell you want me to do. You guys have to pay me, right? So I think having a salon space, especially when you're already anticipating that wedding party or those clients are going to be a little bit more needy, like to be able to have a neutral ground that you keep professional and they know the boundary. I think that's actually a really good point.
How have you been using Artists on Go for your clients?
I've actually, I do a lot of destination weddings and I travel all over.
Cool.
And so that is definitely a perk for me. And then also
Nice.
as an educator and as a mentor, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I can go in and I've got a lot of coaching clients all over the country. And so all over the world really. And
Wow.
I've done a lot of like Skyping and digital and
Mm-hmm.
virtual, but like there's nothing like hands on. Like, let's get a model, and if this is what you want to learn, how to take
Mm-hmm.
a good editorial picture, or how to put in extensions for a photo shoot, or how to whatever you want to do, because I don't have like a written solid program. I like curtail everything to everyone's
Yes.
individual needs. So like having a space and a location, again,
Right?
like there might be somebody that wants to learn how to do balayage. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
fine. Get a model and I'll meet you at the salon.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
So,
so cool.
you
Oh, I
know,
love
just
it.
thinking outside the box as well,
Yes.
because you have that like, now you have a creative space that other
Yes.
hairdressers are walking in and out of too. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, because artists on go also, they like rent out established salon spaces
Yes.
that
Oh
are,
my gosh, the salons are amazing.
that they're amazing, and this is space that's not being used. So like you have to think about it, like if you were going to be moving to New York City and you really wanted to, you know, make a career change, you could literally go and work
Mm-hmm.
at some of the nicest salons in the city
Yes.
and just like get maybe like self promotion, do some connections and
Yep.
marketing where you have people coming in, but you could do a client here, a client there, a client, and you can also see how the vibe of the salon is. And
Mm-hmm.
again, just networking, really networking.
Exactly. Exactly. It's so many, but you have to really think, like you said, think outside the box. So there's so many creative ways to use this very platform to really even be bigger and expand upon. You said just networking, just going to different salons. You build a network right there. People start to get to know you. They get to see your talents, and you can speak to them, and and build a network. And before you know it, you're out there doing something even bigger and better. That's even
I mean,
non-salon related. It could be anything.
seriously, think about it. Like this is what I have to like, I'm just gonna throw this out there, because for $20 an hour, if I wanted to go and like rub elbows with some of the top salons in New York City or Los Angeles and like
Mm-hmm.
wanted to like, you know how if you want to become an editorial stylist, guys, like you have to get hooked up with a session artist, and then when they can't do
Yep.
the job, like you're always there, you're always stepping in, and when they can't do the job, guess what, they call you to do the job. It's the
Yep.
same kind of thing. You've got to network and you've got to like meet people. And
Yes.
for $20 an hour, I would pay the damn $20 an hour even if I didn't
Exactly.
have a client, and
Right.
just sit in my own chair and like take the time to like take it all in and meet people, you
Exactly.
know.
Or even just you sat there and just observe how other people do hair and makeup, or like I know my one
Learn.
friend, she was using it for like makeup because she was a makeup artist. So like we would go in there and do like trials. So I don't actually do coloring and cutting and all of that. So my clients would just come in, we do straight styling. So I can get into at least two people per the hour. So it's about working smarter too. You figure out, hey, what can I get done? Maybe I'll book a men's cut that's going to take me 30 minutes, or two men's cut. It's going to take me 30 minutes so I can get more in for the hour. So it's about
Yeah.
all of that, all the strategizing, planning out your day,
Yeah.
how I make the most of my money,
Yeah.
who can I network with, or if you're trying to meet a certain individual at a salon or the owner of a salon, do you want to rub
Yep.
shoulders? Like you said, that $20 becomes nothing if
Right.
you make it happen. But you got to get your feet out there and yourself out there and yourself visible. So it's
Yeah.
definitely great to like have access to these salons, to have that visibility. As an artist, it would take us years to get into those salons. Years.
Oh,
Like for me,
100%.
yeah, for me, for example, I've never worked in a salon because it
Okay.
was it was too hard for work for me. Like coming from school, I was like, number one, I don't got a book. So I didn't want to be the shampoo girl or the girl.
Okay.
I was like, I'm too talented to do that. So I'm like, I don't want to like start from scratch again. I want to just go out there and do it. So that's why I started with like editorials and got me an agent. I took that route because that was the quickest route for me. But
Okay.
had I had this route presented to me 10 years ago, I would have worked in a salon,
Yeah.
but I just never did because I was like, well, I don't have a book and I'm gonna have to pay these fees, and I don't have the money for rent and all that. So let me just
Yeah.
go this other route.
Yeah.
But this is great for anyone who has a book or has a little bit of clients. And you get your money's worth. You totally
Yeah.
get your money's worth.
Yeah.
So this is like a great opportunity for us. So I'm so excited that this is the new wave of the industry.
New wave of the industry. It is.
Yes, because
It is.
when you first started out 20 years ago, what was it like for you? With like a salon or trying to get into a salon? Like, what was that experience like for you?
I remember, and this is actually a good story and a good point. I remember getting out of cosmetology school and going to New York City.
Okay.
And I remember going in. I don't even know if I should name these salons, but like, I mean, everybody knows, TG, Tony and Guy, and I
Uh-huh.
remember walking into this like massive salon. And don't get me wrong, I love Tony and Guy. I have like the utmost respect for them. I have major friends on their team. But I remember walking into this like massive salon in Manhattan,
Uh,
and there was like two stylists working, and the whole salon was like empty. And I was like, I came from like Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I was
oh
like,
my gosh.
what is going on? I'm in New York City. Like, this is so intimidating. And like, these people are looking at me like, what are you doing here? And that was the way that it was back then, though, 20 years ago. Like,
Yes.
hair shows were like, you would go to a hair show and you would see somebody on stage and you're like, oh my God, they're like a rock star and they're never going to talk to me. And
Yeah, yeah, no, you're right.
you
You're
were
right.
like so intimidated. It was so silly. I mean, now I look back on it and I'm like, what? Like, we're hairdressers, for goodness sakes. Like, what?
Yes.
I don't get it. But I just remember thinking though, like, wow, like our industry seemed a little bit like untouchable. Like it felt very exclusive instead of inclusive, and
Yes.
like shows and events and everything. And now that like our industry has like broken down that barricade, I think in the last 10
Mm-hmm.
years, and then now more importantly, I think since COVID, like
Yeah.
I do think that with the turn of events, all not just COVID, we've had lots of shit happening, right?
Yes.
In
Mm-hmm.
the last couple months. And like I think that it's made our industry a lot stronger. And I think that it's also taken down a lot of egos. And I think that,
Absolutely.
we've just, we're all human, and
Mm-hmm.
we we all come from if you're a hairdresser, you like have some genetic like mutation in your heart that like we all have. And so
Yes, yes.
I think we're all starting to recognize that. And I think that that's something that's important. And it's something that I think that, I love being a part of this industry for. And I love
Mm-hmm.
connecting with everybody. And this has been such a treat. I know you're like literally at Six Flags and you're
Yeah.
like taking time away to talk to me and Artists on Go and everything like that. But,
No,
uh,
absolutely.
like, this has been such a treat to like meet a new friend and talk to
Same
somebody. And
here.
I
No,
know we'll
I
stay
love it.
connected.
Absolutely, we definitely stay connected. And the classic, like you said though, you mentioned COVID has definitely brought us all in the same playing field. Um, and I'm kind of grateful for that because we've able to see new things and expand and all of that. So I've been expanding and it's like even like my connections and everything has been so amazing during this time because everyone is so giving and everyone's heart is more open, which is cool. So I'm interested to see how things are going to play out. Have you been
Yeah.
booking any salons, or how has your work has been since getting
Right now,
back
I
to
mean,
know?
my gosh, I work for three different four different brands. So like
Wow.
yeah, so like I have no extra time right now, but
I know.
I know that also because everyone's like, this is a change for everybody. I mean, it's a new
Yes.
way of everything. So, we're all trying to figure it out, and I think that that's just something that it will come in time. And
Yes.
just staying positive and staying in that positive
Mhm.
mindset and keeping balance in my life and enjoying
Yes.
every little bit that I can and taking every opportunity. Like you said at the very beginning of this conversation, like you have to wake up and you have to like go, I'm gonna work hard today. Like that's
Yep.
That's the only way that it's gonna happen.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
I'm really, yeah, same here. Like, I'm just like, listen, every day is day by day. Clients are starting to come back around. Everyone is starting to feel a little safer. And people have been going out to the salons. Like, some of
yep,
my friends that started to go back, kind of go back to work and things like that. So people are getting out there and going back into the salons. Some of the people that I have interviewed too, and met with through lives and stuff are, like one of the guys, Chi, he's in a salon every day doing stuff. So people are working, and clients are starting to feel more comfortable. So I think the salon route is definitely the way to go. If you're going to do clients and stuff and you want to feel safe, doing a client in a salon environment is definitely, the safer option for both mindsets. So you're not bringing people in your homes and vice versa. So it's
exactly.
definitely been cool. And then to have that platform the Artisan Go gives is just amazing. So I can't wait for it to open to California so that when I travel there for my 2 months,
I am
uh,
right behind you, sister.
yeah,
I love me some LA. So
yes, I know, right? So I can't wait for that treat to like happen.
yeah, that'll be great. Well, thank you,
Yes,
honey, so much. It was such a
yes, same
pleasure.
here.
Such a pleasure talking with you and everyone that you guys have tuned in. What's your Instagram handle, Aleetha?
It's my first and last name, so it's Aleetha, Aleetha, and then Clanton, Clanton. So at Aleetha Clanton.
Perfect.
Yep.
So if you guys have any questions for Aleetha, if you have any questions for myself, if you have any questions for Artists on the Go, send them over. We will definitely answer anything we
Yes.
can. We just appreciate you guys tuning in. I
Yes. Thanks so
appreciate
much for
you.
tuning
Love.
in.
Enjoy the rest of your day at Six
I
Flags. I'm a little
will.
jealous right now.
Well, thank you so much. It's been great speaking to you and everything and hearing about your career. Stay amazing and stay beautiful and stay healthy.
You too, sweetheart. And we'll
All
keep
right.
in touch. All right,
Okay.
honey.
Talk to
All
you
right.
soon.
Bye
Bye.
bye.